I'll be the first to tell you, you don't need motivation. You don't need another David Goggins video. You don't need another pep talk. You don't need to, do high knees and psych yourself up in order to do what you want to do what you want to achieve, right? What you need is a system. Because when that rah-rah dies, when the motivation dies, as it always does, then what? Then do we just revert back to our old habits? I'd hope not. So what is the answer that gets us to our goals when that motivation and rah-rah is bound to die? The answer is systems. A system is the roadmap that we use to get to our goal. Our goal is simply a destination. Get a six-pack, get jacked, get financially free, do X, Y, whatever it may be. It's a destination. But what good is a destination without a roadmap? How do we get there? Because how many times have you set a goal, or even myself, there's been so many times I've set a goal, I don't hit it, and I'm like, fuck, maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe I didn't want it bad enough. Dude, it's nothing to do with that. It's nothing to do. The world and your goal doesn't correlate with how you feel. Sure, you should feel passionate about it, but just because you didn't want it bad enough or you weren't motivated enough, that's not why you didn't get there. It's because you didn't have a structured roadmap to arrive at the destination. A system is your goal reverse engineered. A step-by-step process that if you execute day in and day out over an extended period of time, you have no choice but to arrive at your goal. What does this look like? Well, if you want to lose weight, your daily system might be, all right, if every single day I hit 10K steps, I hit 2,000 calories, 200 grams of protein, do my workout, don't drink alcohol, don't, eat unhealthy food, whatever it is. You have a list, a step-by-step list to operate on a daily basis. That's an example of a system, right? For me personally, post a piece of content. Do my workout for the day, So like an example for a Monday, post content, do my upper hypertrophy day, go for a run. It's just a list of things, because when you list it out and you break it down, it becomes objective and no longer a feeling, right? The importance of this. What's the importance of a system? Well, every action you take, you're casting a vote, either for or against your ideal self. In this case, you're either casting a vote for your ideal self or towards the less disciplined version of yourself, the version of yourself that's underachieving. We do this with each action, right? The choice of eating this cheat meal or not eating this cheat meal. If you choose to not, you're casting a vote for that more disciplined version of yourself, right? The more that we can accumulate these votes, that's what our reality will become. Systems are a strategic way to accumulate votes in the favorable direction of the reality you desire. Wow, that sounds like a fucking word soup. Yeah, I get it. If we just break it down in layman's terms, if I have a rule book and I follow this rule book, I have no choice but to become the ideal version of myself, regardless of how happy I am, regardless of how motivated I am, regardless of anything. If I do this, this will happen. Cause and effect. X plus Y equals Z, whatever you want to say. This year, so many people are coming out the woodwork. It's January. I mean, if you're watching this video, you likely work out, you likely go to the gym. The New Year's crowd's rolling in. They got ambitious goals, and kudos to them, because I bet you there's some people who don't even step foot in the gym. Why most of these people end up not hitting their mark is because they don't have a structured roadmap to arrive at their goal destination. That's the importance of structure. That's the importance of systems. Because when you don't feel like it, when you're not motivated, the system steps in. We don't rise to the levels of our goals. We fall to the levels of our systems. I challenge you, whatever your current goal is, whether it be fitness, whether it be finance, whether it be relationships, define it, get specific, write it out, know where you want to be at, right? I want to go to Florida versus I want to go to Key West. Two totally different places. I'd rather not be in the inner city of Orlando, when I could be in Key West, right? Get specific. Then reverse engineer the process all the way down to what you need to do on a daily basis. If you can get that fine-tuned and you can have a daily execution plan, you give yourself no choice but to reach that goal. Whereas someone else, I want to get to Key West, but I'm not going to use a map to get there. I'm just going to kind of go based on how I feel. I'm only going to drive when I feel fully energized, when I feel like I want to drive. How likely are they going to get to their destination and their goal? It's not very likely. So I challenge you to find that goal that you have, reverse engineer the process, throw motivation out the window. Are you going to be motivated some days? Yeah, and that's fucking great. It's great to have a nice swing of motivation. We all have good days and bad days, but those bad days is where your character is tested. Those bad days are where your votes matter the most. Those bad days where you feel like sleeping in, where you feel like eating ice cream, where you feel like doing nothing in relation to your goal, yet you still cast those votes for your ideal self, that's where you're built. That's where the differences are made, and that's where you truly win at whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. That's the biggest piece of advice I can give for you for accomplishing whatever goal you have this year, 2026, in relation to fitness. You don't need motivation. You don't need loftier goals. You don't need to want it bad enough. You don't need to want it more than you did last year. You just need a system that will allow you to arrive at your goal. A step-by-step daily execution process that leaves no room for guesswork, no room for confusion. If I do this, I have to end up here. That's how you'll do it. No more David Goggins, no more none of that. I mean, dude, you can listen to it if you want to, but now you know how to execute. This is my first YouTube video, long form. I might sound a little mellow. I'm 24 hours deep into it fast. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. More to come, more quality content to come. I appreciate you. Peace and love. Crush your goals.